We won't see the Indians again until the final 3 home games of this season. Right now, let's focus in on the pitching matchups. You got Chase DeYoung making his first big league start in his 3rd game, going against the veteran Josh Tomlin.
I think for Chase today, his fastball is going to be around 90 miles an hour. You're going to see a slider and a curveball from him. I think he can get some confidence from his last outing against Oakland on this road trip. He ended up going 4 innings, just 1 hit, did not give up an earned run. The big part for him today is get through the 1st inning, command the strike zone right away with his fastball so he can use his slider. And then when you look at Josh Tomlin, he has struggled this year, and you can see with his fastball, opponents hitting over 400, slugging over 600. His fastball, about 87 miles an hour. You're going to see the cut fastball quite a bit today. He'll mix in a curveball. Low whiff percentage for him, one of the worst in the American League. So the Mariners should put him in play, and typically things work out pretty well when you're able to do that.
Hopefully this will be an abundance of offense for the Mariners here against the Indians as fans file their way into Progressive Field. We got first pitch coming up, everybody. Good to have you with us here at Mariner Baseball. So you wanted a blue sky sunny Sunday for your Sunday wake-up call in Seattle. Guess what? You've got it from Cleveland as we bring you Mariner baseball today. Mariners trying to even up their homestand at 5-5 and win their back-to-back road series. As we welcome you to Progressive Field, here's Josh Tomlin taking a mound with a 1-3 record and almost 10 ERA. Hopefully the Mariners can get real healthy against him this afternoon.
And we'll look at the cleanup hitter for the Mariners, the DH, Nelson Cruz. Leads the club in home runs and RBIs and pushed his average up over 300. Kyle Seager with his first home run in yesterday's game. Hopefully that'll get him going again. Kyle with 30 home runs last year. And Boog Powell, he will get his first major league start this afternoon. For Tomlin, tough start for him. This will be his 5th start of the year. A 1-3 record, a 9.33 ERA, 14 strikeouts, 2 walks. He will throw a lot of strikes. Again, not an overpowering pitcher. Opponents average 366. He's given up a couple of home runs. We'll look at the defense for the Indians. Michael Brantley in left field. Abraham Almonte, the former Mariner, is in right field. Jason Kipnis at second base. Carlos Santana at first. And Roberto Perez, he will get his first start of the series, and he will do the catching. For Tomlin in his last outing. Against the Astros, he pitched better. 6 innings, 8 hits, just 3 earned runs in that one. He didn't walk anybody. He had 6 strikeouts.
So here we go. Right, sunshine, marked contrast to what we thought we'd get on a Sunday. And the first pitch in there to Segura for a strike. Balls and strikes today being called by Ron Culpa. Ed Hickox at first, Chris Conroy at second, Jerry Mills, the crew chief, at third base umpiring. And here's Segura in the left center field, closing quickly. The left fielder Brantley for the out.
Again for Tomlin, his average fastball 87 miles an hour. He's going to try to get you to put the ball in play as quickly as possible. And you take a look at this last pitch. That looked like the cutter. He likes to throw his cutter quite a bit. 85 miles an hour on that pitch, and then his curveball at 74, an occasional changeup at 83.
76 and sunny here in Cleveland as you look at Ben Gamel, 4 for 15 on this road trip. Tomlin in previous encounters with the Mariners, 6 starts, 4-1 record, a 3.32 ERA. And in an 0-2 hole, and homered Friday. 1-1 pitch, part of the Mariners' 3-1 victory, series opener. There's Jason Kipnis, the second baseman, 2 down. Then I'll bring up Robinson Cano, and he's got good numbers against Tomlin. Robbie 7 for 17, 2 of those hits home runs, and he's driven in 5 against Josh Tomlin, 32-year-old out of Tyler, Texas.
Mentioned that Tomlin will throw a lot of strikes. 5 pitches so far, all of them strikes. I think a little bit different strategy against Tomlin than the first 2 pitchers, Salazar and Carrasco, both of them plus fastballs, and you wanted to be aggressive. I think for Tomlin, you have to find a way to get him more in the middle of the plate. He is not overpowering, and putting him in play will not be a problem for the Mariners.
The other number that jumped out at me, Tomlin 1-3 record, the 9.33. That's certainly not something he was looking for. Robbie goes through his routine, but he's 0-2 here with almost a 12 ERA at home. Backhanded by Santana, taking himself. Mariners go quickly and quietly in the first. When we come out, Chase DeYoung makes his first big league start. This in the spot vacated by Felix Hernandez, who's on the disabled list. Two guys in the order, Carlos Santana and Francisco Lindor for the defending American League champion Cleveland Indians. Let's take a look at the rest of that lineup.
For the Indians, they are 5th in the American League in hitting. You see Carlos Santana so far in this series 0 for 7. You want to keep that going. Jose Ramirez has been the hot hitter. .333 batting average. Had a base hit yesterday. Drove in a couple of runs. He has 6 home runs and 21 RBIs. Roberto Perez, again, his first start. He will round out the 9 for the Indians. For Chase DeYoung, this will be his first start. 0-1 record. You see the high ERA. 4 2/3. Couple of strikeouts, 3 walks. He wants to stay away from the walks. The opponent's just hitting .188 against him, so a good number there for Chase.
First time we saw him that was a hard luck loser in the extra innings game down in Houston. Last man available out of the pen. As Mike mentioned earlier, last time against Oakland on this trip, he looked really good. First pitch to Santana off the plate, ball 1. Mariners put Cano and Segura short right field for Santana. He's looking to drive the ball. He's a typical leadoff guy.
That was a shame for Chase DeYoung to get into that game. You were talking about his first appearance. I don't think it's something that Scott Servais necessarily wanted to do, but he was the last man standing out there. But a tough situation to make your debut in. Much better his last outing.
And he was only up here. It was that first week of the season. Dylan Overton had gone home for the birth of his young son. So this Chase DeYoung had a chance to be with the club as season opened. 3-1.
For Chase, his average fastball 90 miles an hour. Likes his slider and his curveball combination. Slider at 81, curveball at 76.
Right fielder Ben Gamel on the patrol out there. 1 out. Wind not the factor it was yesterday. It's blowing in from right center, sort of blowing out towards right center now.
Look at the defense. Heredia will get the start in center field. Boog Powell out in left. You just saw Gamel in right. Kyle Seager at third base. Segura and Cano playing at the middle. Daniel Vogelback getting the start at first base, and Carlos Ruiz will do the catching. Last outing against the Athletics, in 4 innings, 1 hit, did not give up a run, a couple of walks, 2 strikeouts. He threw 51 pitches.
Chase 6'4", 205, 23 years old, out of Long Beach, California, drafted by the Blue Jays, 2nd round of the 2012 draft. Out of high school, Woodrow Wilson High School in Long Beach.
Talked to Mel Stottlemyre Jr., Scott Servais, Jerry Dipoto. All of them like him a lot. Chase DeYoung.
Came over in a March 1st deal with the Dodgers. This one hit a long way deep down the line. That is a fair ball, and it is gone. Home run, Francisco Lindor. Now leads the team with 7 home runs. 1-0 Tribe. This guy's going to be an all-star for a long time. Francisco Lindor, switch hitter with pop, good defender, great defender.
We'll take a look at the location. Looks like a cut fastball. Oh, that's his changeup. Changeup wanted to go away, left it middle in. That's a mistake. With the changeup, he has to get that down on the outer half of the plate.
Run number 29 for the Indians. There's Michael Brantley, 1 for 4 yesterday. Didn't play in game 1. Missed the bulk of last season. Terrific left-hand hitter. Does a good job. Big man covers out the outfield, out in left field quite well. DeYoung from the third base side of the rubber. 2-0. Line drive. Gamel put it away. Two outs, and that'll bring up Edwin Encarnacion, their DH, a big free agent signee. Too long before spring training. Talk about the market for sluggers. You know, in the old days, these guys would have been right around the winter meetings. Man, they would have been a circus.
It would have been, but the game is changing. We saw a number of guys had to wait a long time to sign. Edwin being one of them.
Napoli, who left here. Indians didn't want to re-sign him, and Mike put up big numbers last year. These guys went to the World Series. Let's get out of here before this guy gets hot. Just 3 for 15 on this homestand. 1 for 6 in the series. Did not go, so check with Ed Hickox at first. 2-1.
13 pitches, 5 strikes so far. We were talking about it before the game, Dave, and I said it for DeYoung. I think Chase will be fine if he can get through the first inning.
Yep.
That's typical of any starting pitcher. We saw it with Gallardo yesterday once he was able to get through the first. Salazar also the pitcher for the Indians, but for a younger pitcher it is especially true. The fastball at 90 right there to get back into the count.
Mike Zunino struggling. He put the veteran presence of Carlos Ruiz behind the plate. Scott Servais said when he was catching, he said he would tell a rookie pitcher in a situation like this, he says, you know you better than I do. Go with you like best. He walks in Encarnacion here. The inning continues with 2 outs, and to bring up Jose Ramirez, who's been a big clutch hitter. He can play second, he can play third, and he can hurt you from both sides of the plate.
It'll be important for Chase to command the strike zone today. He can't pitch in the middle of the plate at 90 miles an hour, but what he can do is work on his breaking ball, whether it's his slider or his curveball. Keep the hitters honest. Work both sides of the plate with that fastball. I think if he's able to do that at times, he'll be able to elevate the fastball too, work at the top of the strike zone.
What impressed you most when we saw him the other day in Oakland?
I think more of what I was talking about. For me, I thought that once he settled in, his fastball command was much better. I like the fact that to the right-handers he could use his slider a little bit more, and then we started to see his curveball. A few change-ups from him, but he's going to have to mix it up.
Ramirez 1 for 4, knocked in 2 runs yesterday. How about that game yesterday? Both Gallardo and Salazar very rocky first innings, and then they dominated the rest of the way. It's impressive.
And so did the bullpens on both sides. And that's a little bit what I'm talking about right there. He throws the curveball and it's just off the outside corner. I think if he can settle into this game, all of a sudden he'll be able to hit the corner more often, stay ahead of hitters. This again is his first major league start against a pretty good club.
2-1. Look out. Indians won yesterday's game 4-3. Mariners don't get a hit. They get 3 runs, 3 hits in the first inning, and that was it. And then the Mariners, they gave up 4 runs on 3 hits. Did Gallardo. Held the Tribe scoreless, giving up just 3 hits the remainder of the ball game. And Vincent and Zepchinski didn't give up a hit.
Well, one of the things that we've talked about throughout this series, and it won't change at the end of the year either, is they have to have a lead once you get past the 6th inning, because then you have to deal with Andrew Miller. Cody Allen is having a terrific year too. So those 2 guys, if they have the lead, it's difficult. It's not impossible, but it's difficult to come back on them.
Those guys combined for 2 2/3 and 6 strikeouts. There's a base hit in the right field. Encarnacion will stop at second. He's coming with 2 outs and brings up Jason Kipnis.
And this is on the curveball, able to pull it through the hole.
Here comes Mel Stottlemyre Jr. for a quick word. Joining Carlos Ruiz.
I think sometimes the trip out there is just to settle him down. I don't think there's anything mechanical that they're going to talk about right here. Just let him know. Ground ball right here. Get yourself out of the inning. Kipnis has struggled, the hitter that's walking to the plate. Hitting just 148 so far. 22 pitches, 10 strikes for Chase.
He set a new attention span there. You know, you get yourself off of that, break it.
Sometimes for a younger player, this game can speed up in a hurry, and I think you have to take a step back, and that's probably the purpose of that trip from Mel.
Kipnis 0 for 4 yesterday. Slow start for him coming off shoulder strain. That's how he started on the DL. Big year last year. Team that went to the World Series. 275, 23 home runs and 82 runs batted in. 2 out, 2 on here in the first. Chase the Young coming over from the Dodgers. Minor leaguers exchanged for him. Jerry Dipoto building pitching depth. Man, does it come in handy here. Inside, 2-1. Texas League Pitcher of the Year, 14-5, 2.86 ERA last year. A couple of complete games, 1 shutout for Dion. 2-2 to Kipnis. John Adams banging the drum here. Does he ever miss a game? 2-2. Popped it up. Vogelback coming in. Hank Wu. Kipnis gets a second life. Boy, yeah,
I was watching Daniel, and he was watching Ruiz the whole way. You see him look up, and he'll take a look down, and he's watching Carlos the whole time right here, and he just overruns it. That's a situation where he has to take charge right there.
Carlos didn't pick it up till late. It was shaded.
And it was too far down the line. He's got to just call him off, and then you end that confusion right away.
See if the Young can pick him up. 2-2. Comes Gamble. Records all 3 outs. Home run by Lindor. Has the Tribe in front 1-0. By Safeco Insurance. Find a local agent at safeco.com. Do more. By Clearwater Casino. So many reasons to come out and play. And by Primera Blue Cross, your hometown health plan for 84 years. One of the many ships that work on Lake Erie, which is not far from Progressive Field here. Less than a mile. Mr. Cruz to lead off. Cruz, Seager, and Heredia. Nelly riding really well here. 9-game hitting streak. Batting average. Saw it at 302 with 6 homers. 2-run homer yesterday. Here's a drive left field. Back goes Brantley. Goodbye. Nelson Cruz, boom, stick, baby. Number 7, tie ball game, 1-1. That is his second hit career off of Tomlin. He is some kind of strong. He didn't get all of it, Mike.
No, I think he hit that towards the end of the bat. Just a matter whether it was going to be high enough to get over the tall wall in left field. First pitch was a curveball, and he comes right back with it out over the plate, 74 miles an hour. It's almost as if Nelson was able to catch that on the end of the bat and just throw it out of the ballpark to tie the game up.
A little highlight action.
Yeah, exactly.
Kyle Seager got his first homer yesterday. It was a welcome sight.
So we were going through the numbers on Josh Tomlin this morning, scouting report on him, and saying that he had the lowest whiff percentage this season in the American League. I felt that is for the Mariners and their lineup, with the way that they're starting to swing it amongst the league leaders in runs scored, batting averages going up, that this was going to be a pretty good matchup for them. They should be able to take advantage of it, especially with the power in the middle of their lineup.
Seager's 3-0 here. He's 6 for 12, 5 doubles and an RBI against Tomlin.
Mariners are 8th in average, 2nd in runs scored. So the batting average continues to go up, now working their way in the middle of the pack. And Nelson has been hot again, hitting .302, 7 home runs, now 22 RBIs.
Hitting streak up to 10 games. Great to see that. 388 length on that home run. Count runs full to Kyle. The 3-2. Fouled it off. Kyle with 1 homer, 5 doubles and a triple to this point here in the final day of April. The 3-2 pitch. Right to Kipnis in short right field. Throws him out. 1 down here in the 2nd inning. Mariners Beard Hat Night. It's back this Friday. The first 20,000 fans are going to get the latest and greatest face warmer. Mariners will be taking on the Rangers, so get ready to grow some instant facial hair when you visit Mariners.com for tickets. Guillermo Heredia, 9 hits on this road trip. In center field today. Well, he has played his way into the lineup probably for a long time here. He has looked good in spring. It's continued here in the first month.
You see the .289 batting average with a couple of home runs. He's played some excellent defense for the Mariners. Has a strong throwing arm. Can steal a base if you need it.
Two balls, 1 strike. Tomlin with a career mark in his 8 years, 50 and 42. Up the middle, that's a base hit. 10th hit on the trip for Guillermo Heredia.
With this base hit, he will push his average back up over 300. That looked like a cut fastball away from him.
Heredia's aboard, 1 out with a run in on the Cruz home run, tying the score at 1. Daniel Vogelback, see if he can get untracked. He's not looked good here, going over his last 7. It's being called up.
That's the one thing that we've seen since he's been called up is they're trying to pitch him away, running the 2-seamer off the outside corner or backdooring the breaking ball to him. Typically, if they're going to pitch him inside, it's just to show it. Tomlin missed with that fastball well off the plate away. But he likes his cut fastball a lot. hopefully Daniel can get something that's middle in.
Yesterday we showed you Kyle Seager. Every time there's a return throw from the first baseman back to the pitcher, Kyle does it all the time, and so does Jose Ramirez. Part of the job description. Good lead for Heredia. 1-1. Daniel pinch hit yesterday's game, struck out in the 9th inning, second out of that Mariners ninth.
Might have been one of the best curveballs we've seen so far this year from Cody Allen.
Oh, that was filthy.
It was.
You're right. Get a big lead. You don't have to see those guys. 1-1. Chance for another 3-6-3 double play. That's the second one they've turned here in this series. Highlight of the inning, Nelson Cruz's 7th home run. Got enough of it, threw it up in the stands to tie the game at 1-1. Mr. Ted Williams. Teddy ball game. Great fighter pilot. Final at bat before heading up to the Korean War. Game-winning 2-run homer off of Dizzy Trout. Beats the Tigers 5-3. How about that? You got fighter group John Glenn and Ted Williams.
Every time I see some of the stories about that, I think Ted Williams and what his numbers would have looked like if he hadn't missed all that time in the middle of his career, right in the prime of his career.
Broke twice,
right.
World War II and Korea, hit 521 home runs. There's Lonnie Chisenhall, bottom third of the order to face Chase DeYoung.
Well, Chase had to throw 28 pitches in the first inning, so hopefully he'll settle down.
Pitch there, 1-1. Chisenhall 1 for 3, couple of runs knocked in yesterday. First inning, a 2-run single to center. Drive deep to right. It's going to stay in the yard. Gamble with his 4th putout. Mariners return home. Day off on Monday. CenturyLink bringing you what's next. Here's your pitching matchups. Angels coming to town. Shoemaker against Big Pax. The Big Maple. Ricky Nolasco against Hisashi Iwakuma, and a TBA against Ariel Miranda. Miranda 5 2/3, 2 hits, 1 run the other night. Friday, a 3-1 win. And then Paxton, he wowed everybody in Detroit. 7 innings, a 4-hit shutout ball. Showing bunt is former Mariner Abraham Almonte, strike 1. Four outs recorded by the Mariners in this ball game so far. All 4 by right fielder Ben Gamble. Felix Hernandez, DL, bursitis in his shoulder. This would have been his start. And on the grass at third is Seager. Way outside, 2-1. Vogelbach knocks it down. Ooh, their foot race. Foot race. Now Monte wins it. He was flying.
Yeah, we'll take a look at it, but I don't think Chase was able to get off the mound right away, and it cost him, especially when you have somebody the speed of Almonte. Here's a look at it. It's going to be hit right down the line. Daniel able to knock it down.
Base hit. Almonte's on. He was 2 for 3 in yesterday's game. Brings up catcher Roberto Perez. It's the 9th game for Roberto. Yan Gomes now healthy, doing most of the work behind the plate for the Indians. He's only attempted 1 stolen base, and he was successful. Sandy Alomar Jr. coaching at first. Mike Sarbaugh at third for Cleveland. Worked inside and missed. 2-0. Couple home runs in this ball game. Lindor, Tribe on top of the first. Nelson Cruz answered, leading off in the second. Another right ass. Boom. Just below. What's 2 in 2 days? Get too close, pal. Wheels. Let's see. Make sure there's good clearance down there, and there is. You know, when you're not around that, you know, when you don't play anymore, it's amazing how much sizzle you hear in that thing coming out.
I can appreciate that. You're right.
You know, back in the day, you don't even think about it. You know, just
a little bit daring. You have your briefcase over there on the left side of you.
Yeah,
So if you're going to move it, it's going to be right, and that's it. That's the only option.
Yep. Yeah, that or self-defense. 2-1. Mariners will enjoy a day off and then come home for a week. Angels, Texas, and then back out on the road. Philly and Toronto. Dropped in a breaking ball. 2-2. They weren't kidding. Temperatures up to 80 degrees.
Gorgeous day.
Yesterday we started, it was 47 and very windy. Wind anywhere from 13 to 20 miles an hour.
A little bit of a breeze today blowing out to right center.
And yesterday it was coming straight in from me. Two pitch here. Runner goes. Got a good break. Throw by Ruiz. Got him. Nice tag, Robbie Cano. And they erase Abraham Almonte. Carlos Ruiz.
A great throw. Monte picks the right pitch. That is a slow curveball. Not an easy pitch for the catcher to come out of the chute to throw on, but he puts it right on the money. Robbie, one of the best at putting the tag on the runner.
Well done, Chooch. 2 outs. Full count here to Perez, the Indian catcher. Breaking ball hit foul. Three-two pitch. That's a base hit. Heredia gets it back in. Get royally excited for Felix Hernandez bobblehead night. It's coming up this Saturday against the Rangers. This year's bobblehead is going to feature King Felix standing atop a crown. It's free to the first 20,000 fans, courtesy of Root Sports. So stop by Mariners.com for tickets. Top of the order, Carlos Santana. Strike one. Put Cano out short right field. Segura on the right side of the infield.
Working in the second inning with DeYoung. 44 pitches, 24 strikes.
Santana open up the home first with a fly to right. Carlos Ruiz, big second out. First runner he's thrown out as a Mariner is now 1 for 3. Hammered into the corner, all kinds of trouble. Perez to second, digging for third. Sarbaugh will hold him there. A 2-out double by Carlos Santana.
And another pitch. It's right in the middle of the plate. Solid line drive. Good job by Gamble to cut this off before it gets to the corner and gets it back in quickly.
Carlos Santana in at second with his 8th double. First hit of the series for Carlos. Here's Lindor, get him on the board. 1-0 pitch, homer deep to right. 2 outs. Runners at second and third. Time granted.
Runners in scoring position is an area that the Indians have struggled this year, hitting just .202 at the start of the game today. 0 for 1 so far.
DeYoung trying to keep this a 1-1 game. First pitch here to Lindor. It's in there for strike. Glove shortstop a year ago, Lindor. Easy breeze blowing out towards right center here at Progressive Field. So roller here. And they execute that play and strand 2 and keep it a 1-1 game here in Cleveland. Authority of the Seattle Mariners. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Seattle Mariners. Beautiful days. You look at a Rock and Roll Hall of Fame not far from here, Progressive Field, Quicken Arena, home of the NBA champion Cavaliers, right next door. There's Carlos Ruiz getting the start today. He's thrown out a base runner, first of his Mariner career here. And Chooch coming in looking to break an 0 for 11. Ruiz, Boog Powell making his official on-field big league debut, and Gene Segura here in the third inning. Two pitch. Back up the middle. Chooch breaks it 0 for 11. There's the start the Mariners are looking for.
Behind in the count, 1-2, and he gets a fastball. Tried to go to the outside corner again. That one's more middle of the plate, and he hits it hard back up the middle. Missed it yesterday. Boog Powell made his major league debut.
Poor guy.
And was never able to get onto the field. He was announced as a pinch hitter on the on-deck circle, and then they changed pitchers, and Ruiz ended up hitting for him, but it counted as his debut.
MadeBaseballReference.com. Greg Dobbs, the only Mariner to homer in his Mariner debut. Scott Service said, "Who'd you rather face, Andrew Miller, or take your chances the next day?" And he said he knew Tito was going to make that move.
No, absolutely. You had to make that move. Yes, absolutely.
Herschel Mack Boog Powell the 4th, born in Irvine, California, grew up in Mission Viejo, went to Orange Coast College. Jerry DiPoto got him from Tampa Bay along with Nathan Carnes. That Farquhar, Brad Miller, and Logan Morrison deal in November of 2015. 1-1.
I thought Boog played well in the spring. Aggressive at the plate, swinging the bat. Play all the outfield spots.
.14 games at Tacoma, 261, 13 runs, 3 doubles, 4 runs batted in, 5 stolen bases, 13 walks. .424 on base percentage. This will be a double play. He did hustle, made it close.
Chase pitch down out of the strike zone. That's the slow curveball. 74 miles an hour.
Second double play in as many innings. Segura. Fly out the left, open up the ball game. He's due for another hot run here. He's over for his last 8. Talmud hits that corner. 1-1. Strike 2. Segura 0 for 3 against Tomlin. Tomlin a 13-game winner last year, 13-9 with a 4.40 ERA. 2-2.
Segura, he's back and forth with his cut fastball and his two-seamer. A couple of cutters to get ahead of him and trying to get the two-seamer to come back on the outside corner, but missed.
Swing and a miss, got him. Double play, big part of that frame for Josh Tomlin. 1-1 game as we go to the home third. All right, Angie, thank you very much. Michael Brantley to lead it off against Chase DeYoung. Ball one, Brantley, Encarnacion, and Ramirez. 3, 4, and 5 for Terry Francona's Indians. Two and 0.
Chase now at 50 pitches, 27 strikes. He's had to work hard through the first 2 innings, but he's just given up the 1 run, the solo homer to Lindor.
It fouled as first base coach Sandy Alomar Jr. Oh, come on. You got to give the ball. Well struck. Base hit by Michael Brantley. Hey, Valley joins us right now. Val is talking to Scott Service about this. He said, you know, with a rookie pitcher, Scott's quote was his quote to the pitcher, "You know yourself better than I do." What was your approach when you were catching a guy making his big league debut?
Val, do you feel that in situations like today he's had to work hard through the first 2 innings, but he's made a couple of pitches just holding him to the 1 run, the solo home run, that maybe you have to make a few more trips out to the mound during the game because like I said earlier, that this thing can speed up on you quickly?
Val, what do you remember about catching that strike 3 called? As that's a big out on Encarnacion. About Mike Hampton catching his debut, the Mariners now bullpen coach.
I would agree with you, Val, in that Lou, I don't think he cared for pitchers in general, but especially young pitchers. And when you talk about Mike being 20 years old, maybe the expectations were a little bit high.
Man.
Val, how much do you put into, or how much would you look at with Chase in his last outing, pitching the 4 innings? He threw 51 pitches. Obviously, he's been extended out further than that. But as you watch this game, if he gets through 5 innings and the score is similar to what it is right now, do you take him out if he's at 80, 85, or do you just let him go?
That's a good call. All right, Val, thanks so much, man. Enjoyed it as always. Catch you on a post-game show. Mariners Post game presented by Alaska Airlines. I mentioned Mike Hampton. Went on to have a pretty doggone good career, winning 148 games, 4.06 ERA.
Very good career.
Second walk issued by DeYoung. Runners at first and second. We pass to Ramirez. So 1 out, 2 on. Brings up Kipnis, who flied out to right.
I was right too about Mike Hampton. Very good athlete. Can swing the bat, run the bases. Yeah. Good athlete.
16 years in the big leagues. Right now, DeYoung could use a double play. Up high, ball 1.
Back in the first inning with a couple of runners on, he was able to get Kipnis to fly out to right.
Pitch outside, 2-0.
Ruiz making a trip out to the mound, and Mel Stottlemyre Jr. also going to go out and have a conversation with him. I think one of the things to keep in mind too is, as you're watching Chase go through today, which is not an easy thing to do, 32 strikes, 29 balls. Those are not the splits that you're normally going to see from him. There's some nerves. You have to throw a lot of pitches in the first. All those things will settle down once he gets through this thing today. Has an opportunity. I'm sure that the flight home will be good for him too. You reflect on how the day went, things that you think you can do better, what you need to work on. Mel certainly will be in his locker after he's done to talk to him. It's a young pitcher. 61 pitches, 32 strikes, 29 balls. Those splits will get better for him as he moves forward.
Right now, he's probably trying to sum up some of that vibe. Summing up some of the vibe he had in Oakland. Control seemed a lot better.
It seemed easier for him.
Yeah.
But again, he came out of the bullpen in that one. He's had to think about this game for a few days.
That's a base hit. Getting the wave on is Brantley. Gammel's throw late and offline. 2-1 Cleveland. RBI Kipnis. It's his first of the season.
And another pitch in the middle of the plate, runs right back out over the middle, makes it a little bit easier. I think it still was able to get in on him a little bit. The ground ball was not hit hard. That's the reason why Gamble really didn't have a play at the plate. Indians are now 1 for 3 with runners in scoring position.
Kipnis picks up his first RBI, still doesn't have an extra base hit. Ronnie Chisenhall in center field. Flied out to right. Runners at the corners, 1 out. Strike 1. Play here in the third. DeYoung trying to limit damage with Chisenhall at the dish. Abraham Almonte to follow. The 0-1 runner goes. Pitch swung on. Shoots throw. High and late. Stolen base for Kipnis, his first.
He had a great jump. Not much of an opportunity for Carlos to throw him out.
So 1 out, double play taken out of order here. Oh, 0-2 here to Chisenhall. It's a big pitch. Fouled it off. Inning started with Brantley singling. Encarnacion struck out looking, walked to Ramirez. RBI single. Kipnis and a stolen base, so second and third. Not deep. Robbie can't find it, or he does find it. He does. Turns. Here's a throw, and missed him. Oh! Oh, my goodness. Looked like the throw is accurate and on time.
I don't think Carlos thinks that he touched the base, though.
Wow.
I think he might have been wide of home plate because Ruiz turned around and looked. And he ended up, that's why he stayed with the play. The home plate umpire, he calls him safe right away, Ron Culpa. But did he actually touch the plate? It was hard to tell from that slide. I think that's what they're checking on right now. Ruiz, the way that he reacted told me that he thought he missed it. He thought he missed home plate.
Bobby made a strong throw.
One hop. He turns around to try to tag him.
He wasn't even close to the plate.
It didn't appear, and that's the reason why Carlos stayed with the play. And eventually he did go tag him too, even though the home plate umpire called him safe.
Still got him.
It'll be a sacrifice fly.
Last time we saw a sack 4. A 3-1 lead now. Kipnis stays at second. Monte, an infield hit last time.
Another look at the play at the plate.
Looks like he got the edge.
Maybe the back corner.
Runner at second, 2 outs. 2-0. It's to Almonte. High fly ball. Gamble searching for it, battling the sun, can't find it. Bounces and hits off the fence, and Almonte will be held at third. Triple, unscoring triple. Well, Harry defines towering. Ball was really up there.
And it's also a tough break for Chase DeYoung. There's nothing that Gamble can do. He has his sunglasses on. He was trying to get an angle on the sun, had his glove up, but just had a tough time seeing it. But fortunately, that's another run in. It would have been able to get Chase off the field.
Perez, the catcher, 7th man to the plate. Breaking ball for strikes, as Ron Culpa said he did go. Well, Monte's 5th RBI, first triple of the season. Perez singled to center field on a 3-2 pitch, first time up. One. Give you an idea what Ben Gamble had to deal with. On 1 pitch. 2-1. Really wants that third out here. That thing ate up Segura. 5-1 Cleveland.
Well, this is a line drive, 1-hop line drive. It was right off the wrist, it looked like, of Segura. it'll be a base hit.
It was smoked. A base hit, RBI. Here comes Scott Service, and that'll do it for Chase DeYoung here in the third. Giving up 4 runs on 4 hits in this inning. Going to go to veteran right-hander Casey Fiend to take over. 5-1 Cleveland. The season on Thursday, May 18th. For just $50, you and your pup going to get a ticket to the game, a Mariners dog tag, and the opportunity to walk around the bases after the game thanks to Reber Ranch. Log on to mariners.com/bark for more info. Tough day for Chase DeYoung. Big inning here for the Tribe in the third. Here are his numbers.
2 2/3. Gave up 9 hits, 5 runs, all of them earned, a couple of walks, 1 strikeout. Threw 73 pitches, 40 of those for strikes. Casey Fiend will take over. This will be his 6th appearance. Just 5 2/3 so far. 5 strikeouts, a couple of walks, or 3 walks, excuse me. Holmes hitting .318. He's given up a couple of home runs. For Casey, his fastball at 93 miles an hour. He has a cutter at 89 and a slider at 79.
Carlos Santana, 8th man to the plate here in the third. He doubled to right in the second inning. Was left stranded. Ball 1. RBI single Kipnis, sacrifice fly Chisenhall, a Monte and RBI triple. RBI single Perez. Damage coming from the bottom of the order. Segura and Cano, short right field, are out on the grass. Time called by Santana. One pitch. Sandy Alomar Jr. to stay alive out there.
He was paying attention.
He was. Ball and 2 strikes. I'm trying to put it into this Cleveland third. Way outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Five runs on 9 hits for the Indians. A run on 3 hits for the Mariners. The Mariners only run a home run by Nelson Cruz leading off the 2nd inning. 2-2 here to Santana. Way outside. Ball 3.
All 5 pitches from Casey at the top of the strike zone or above it. Not to get anything down.
So Scott Service tell Vogelbach not to hold the runner to back off here. 3-2 pitch. Runner goes, and Santana. Real quick.
That was on the cut fastball for Casey. His 4-seamer is going to be 92, 93. His cutter 88, 89. That was 88 on the inside corner.
Again, 3-2. Perez takes off. Pitch. Hit foul. Look out. Wow. The 8th pitch of this at bat. There are the fans down there.
He's staying in on that inside corner.
Sandy Alomar has backed up and moved a step closer to the warning track. Lost him, and it continues. 9th man to the plate, Francisco Lindor. 2nd walk of the inning. 3rd in this ball game. Lindor, all he did was homer in his first at bat. 2nd time he grounded out the first. Infield straight up for Lindor. Outfield straight away. Pitch. Hammered. Right field line. All kinds of trouble. Perez scores. Santana coming around. No throw. Lindor doubles in 2. 7-1 Cleveland. They've batted around. He's got 3 RBIs. Francisco Lindor. 3 RBIs gives him 17 on the season. It was his 8th double.
And another pitch on the inside corner. That's the cut fastball right around belt high. He turns on it, but he's able to keep it fair. Move it all the way down into the corner. Close the book on Chase DeYoung. 2 2/3, 9 hits, 6 runs, all of them earned. Indians are now 4 for 6 with runners in scoring position.
There's Michael Brantley, 2nd time. Led off the inning with a single to right. Swing and a miss.
Dylan Overton starting to get loose in the Mariner pen.
Dirt, 2-1. Big inning here for the Tribe. Slap foul. Brantley, 10th man to the plate here in the third. Two pitch. Big inning. Tomlin's had a long sit down in that dugout. High fly ball, deep right field. Goodbye. 2-run homer, Michael Brantley, and they're pouring it on. Brantley, 5th home run. RBI 16 and 17, and his 2nd hit in the inning.
And we'll take a look, trying to get to the inside corner. That's more middle end, right at the knees. He just drops the barrel on it. Stays on that back leg. Powering fly ball out to right.
Brother. All this with 2 outs. Encarnacion wants some of the action. A-0-1. Oh, he is really trying to launch.
Breaking ball, curveball. Middle of the plate.
The amount of 3 pitches, damage plenty. 11 men to the plate. 8 runs on 6 hits. Nobody left. They have blown this thing open in the third. 9-1 Cleveland. Good news, it's only the 4th inning. Good time. See if they can go to work, make it happen. Ben Gamel leads off. It was a disastrous inning. 8 runs on 6 hits, 11 men to the plate. Swing and a miss by Ben. Rounded out the 2nd. side to Ben. Run on 3 hits for the Mariners. Nelson Cruz, the 7th home run, the only score so far for the Mariners. 2-2. Gamble, Cano, and Cruz. We're in the top of the 4th. Center fielder Chisenhall backs up.
Ben put a good swing on it. Got a pitch out over the plate that he could handle. Hit it hard, and fortunate for him, it was right at the center fielder.
Brings up Robbie Cano, grounded out the first, ending the first inning here in Cleveland. On to Robbie. Josh Tomlin, a record of 1-3, a 9.33 ERA. Change of speed there. 0-2.
He's been able to mix it up today. He's not overpowering. His fastball on average is 87 miles an hour. He's used his cutter at 85, the slow curveball, pitching on the edges of the plate. The double plays have helped him.
Got a 4-1 career mark against the Mariners in 6 previous starts. 37 strikeouts and just 4 walks. Lindor has had quite a day. A home run and a 2-run double. Brantley's hit a 2-run homer. And Robbie Full badly there. He's gone 2 outs. 2 outs at the second strikeout for Josh Tomlin. Get ready to use the Force at Star Wars night coming up on Thursday against the Angels. Fans will receive a view level ticket and a Star Wars lightsaber for only $30 through this special offer. Log on to mariners.com/Star Wars for more info. Quick 2 outs. Here's Nelson Cruz. Bounces 1 foul. Big cloud mass moving in here, blocking out the sunlight.
Nelson has been the offense today. A solo home run for him. Back in the 2nd inning, his 7th.
Bouncing ball Ramirez charges, throws him out. A 1-2-3 inning with no heavy breathing for Josh Tomlin. He's got a 9-1 lead. Of rock and roll, Alan Freed gets a lot of credit. The Moondog himself got the Hall of Fame, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame right here in Cleveland, not far from here at Progressive Field. If you do get a chance to come to Cleveland for a Browns game, a Cavs game, or Indians game, that is worth the stop. New pitcher for the Mariners, left-hander Dylan Overton.
Just his third appearance. Had an inning and a third so far, a couple of strikeouts and a walk. For Dylan Overton, his fastball at 90 miles an hour, changeup at 80, curveball at 72. Best pitch is his changeup. He will use it a lot.
Just joining us, an 8-run third, 11 men to the plate for the Tribe. This pitch popped up, playable. Jose Ramirez will go quietly. 1 out. We have Jason Kipnis, RBI single last time up, plus a stolen base. 1 for 2. In there for a strike from Overton. Ball 1-1-1. Overton back with the club, recalled 4 days ago. Coming in, Heredia taking charge. Two outs here in the fourth. Mariners are coming home, day off tomorrow. Then the Angels arrive. Matt Shoemaker, James Paxton, good pitching matchup there. Ricky Nolasco and Sashi Iwakuma. And still waiting on word what Mike Scioscia's going to do for Thursday against Ariel Miranda. Sun peeking through. Ronnie Chisenhall, sacrifice. Short right field. Cano went out to get it. Play at the plate was close. Run scored.
Go back and you look at that inning. It was Kipnis, you mentioned, getting his first RBI of the year. He's really been struggling and ends up getting the base hit. And the sac fly to shallow right. Sun ball. Tough inning.
Indeed. Overton does well here in the fourth. 1, 2, 3 go the Tribe. Sports is brought to you by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. By CHI Franciscan, the Mariners' official partners in health. Learn to stay Northwest healthy at nwhealthy.org. By your local Northwest Chevy dealer and the new face of strong Chevy Silverado. And by Country Financial, helping you set up your future. If the Mariners can get cranking here, it's in the 5th inning, down 9-1. Few walk guy. In his previous encounters, 37 Ks. He's got 2 today. He only walked 4 today. No walks. 2 double plays helped him out big time. Kyle's worked the full count. Ks. He struck out 3 of the last 5 men he's faced. Sound Transit. Good way to get around greater Seattle area. Link Light Rail and ST buses. Sound Transit. That'll work. Guillermo Heredia with his 2nd hit today. Single and a double.
He's been aggressive. First pitch fastball. He's hit it hard too. First pitch fastball, inner half of the plate, and he lines it into left field. Dave mentioned his 2nd base hit.
2nd double of this season. Let's see if Vogelback can put a good swing on the ball here. Grounded into a double play. Quick 0-2 hold.
First pitch fastball in the middle of the plate. It was right at the knees, but pretty good pitch for him to hit. And then he comes back with the breaking ball. This curveball has been a good pitch for him today. Just haven't done much with it.
Ball 1 to Vogelback. He debuted back on the 23rd against Oakland. 5 plate appearances. He saw 33 pitches. The skipper would like to see him put a bunch in play hard.
Be a little more aggressive early, especially on the fastball on the plate. Hitters will find out at this level is if you give them that fastball early in the count, they will go to work on you, and especially somebody like Tomlin, because he's not overpowering. He has to pitch off the edges. Sometimes that best pitch to hit is the first pitch. I think that's one of the biggest differences we've seen in Heredia this year compared to last year. He's been very aggressive early in the count, and it's paid off for him. He has his average up to 319.
He's worked at 2-2 now. Weather forecast for Seattle Wednesday, Thursday. Get those tickets. Angels coming to town, followed by the Rangers, 2nd time in 3 weeks. Those folks will be in the Great Pacific Northwest. It's worked all the way back, all the way to a 3-2 count. Danny Vogelback. Two for 13 entering today's game. Works a walk. Nice job after being an 0-2 hole. First walk issued by Tomlin. 2 men on, 1 out. Carlos Ruiz, base hit, his first time up, erased in a double play in the third. Appeared as a pinch hitter yesterday and walked.
Double by Heredia. First time the Mariners have had a runner in scoring position. Again, they scored their 1 run on the solo home run by Cruz.
First pitch strike. He's got to get to work. He's behind 0-2. Dirt. Other action in the division. Dallas Keuchel and Houston leads at home against Oakland. 1-0 top of the third. Keuchel comes in, his ERA 1.15. Yankees 2-1 over Baltimore in the fifth. Yankees on a heck of a roll. 4 consecutive games, have the most, tied for the most wins with Houston in the American League. And Toronto, no score in the sixth. White Sox trailing at Detroit 5-1 into 4. Minnesota KC. Weather delay. National League, Washington leads the Mets 6-3. Noah Syndergaard had to leave the game. 1-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Tomlin have been working at a pretty good pace, but right now, it's been a long time in between pitches. Seem to have the same rhythm that he had throughout the game.
There's with a chance here, 2-2. A couple of men aboard, just 1 out. Gave up 8 runs in the third. Shoots to right field. Backs up Almonte. Out number 2.
Luke Powell can pick up his first hit and get an RBI out of it.
First start today.
Yeah.
Announced in last night's game and then lifted for a pinch hitter. First at bat today, bounced into a double play on a 1-2 pitch. I saw Brad Mills, bench coach for the Indians, move his outfielders a couple of steps towards left field. Luke Powell. Luke's been in professional baseball since 2012 in Arizona. Drafted by the Athletics in the 20th round. One.
Not much of a scouting report on him yet. They play him straight up on the infield and the outfield.
Pitching away, missed, 2-1. Heredia at second, Vogelbach at first. Easy play for Santana, feeds the Tomlin. Mariners are done. They strand 2 in the fifth. Cleveland leading big 9-1. Cleveland Indians in this series finale. Big damage done in the third inning. 11 men to the plate, 8 runs on 6 hits.
Francisco Lindor having a day. Solo home run and the double has driven in 3. 17 RBIs and 7 homers.
All but 3 of the starters have driven in a run. Santana, Encarnacion, and Ramirez have yet to do that, but see if they can keep it. The Mariners can hold them at bay as Almonte fouls one off. Abraham, a good day so far, 2 for 2, an infield hit. A Sun triple. Drove in a run. Third inning. Campbell could never pick it up. He had a bright sunshiny day when we started off.
The second inning for Dylan Overton at a 1-2-3 fourth inning.
Almonte to be followed by Roberto Perez and Carlos Santana. Strike 3 called. Got him. On Copa, home plate umpire.
Dylan may have had a little bit of help here. It's a fastball trying to hit the inside corner. And you can see on the tracer it's the 4th pitch. It was off the plate inside. That's why Almonte didn't like it, but helps out Dylan. It's a strikeout.
Here's Perez. He's had a good day. 2 for 2. RBI, run scored. Heredia retreats. Got it covered. 2 outs. Top of the order in Santana. Carlos walked and scored his last time up. He's 1 for 2. Just off the plate by Dylan Overton. Santana, switch hitter. 2-0. Santana, Lindor, Ramirez, and Almonte all switch hitters in this lineup.
Mentioned earlier, Cleveland, they are 5th in the American League in hitting. An experienced group.
Well said. Gone foul. Gone from last year's team, Mike Napoli, Rajay Davis. Davis with Oakland. Uribe, Chris Jimenez, Coco Crisp. Tremendously thrilling World Series against the Chicago Cubs. Tough loss in 7. Up the middle, where Cano stationed. Dylan Overton, 6 up, 6 down so far in his 2 innings of work. 9-1 Tribe. Cleveland Indians put on a show in the third. 11 men to the plate, 8 runs scored on 6 hits. Home run, a 2-run shot by Brantley, and a 2-run double by Lindor.
Pretty much everything that can happen in an inning did in that one. A little bit of everything.
Runner scored on a sacrifice fly to the second baseman. Right fielder's playing deep. Ball wasn't hit that far. Robbie made a great throw, but
battling the sun. He was battling the sun going back. And then on the very next play, Gamble had an issue with the sun and turned into a sun triple.
Over 2 day for Segura. Not anymore as he laces this one down the line. He'll get a double. It's his 6th of the season. And for Gene, that breaks it 0 for 9.
We'll take a look at it. Fastball right on the inside corner above the belt. Consistently gets the barrel to it.
But Gamble lined out the center. Last time up, he's 0 for 2.
Many opportunities for the Mariners to stay hitting with runners in scoring position. 0 for 2 on the afternoon.
Foul. Mariners end this 10-game road trip today and come home and play the Angels and the Rangers. Make sure you get your tickets for those ball games coming up. Always good battle. Mariners face off against Mike Trout, Albert Pujols, Colt Calhoun, and the boys. And the weather's supposed to be pretty good next weekend when the Rangers come back. April 30th. Get into the month of May tomorrow. Days continue to get longer. Folks who like to soak up the sun, you get out in the bullpen area out at Safeco Field and have some good time. That's going to drop in for base hit. Segura made sure, so he'll stop at third. Base hit for Ben Gamble. It's his 5th of this road trip.
Curveball it is. Slow curveball in the outside corner. See his top hand come off the bat. It's because he doesn't want to roll over on and hit a weak ground ball. He'll pick up a base hit. For Segura, you have to be careful at this point. Make sure that it gets through. Or falls, excuse me. 9-1. No reason to take chances.
Exactly. 9-1 plus still the hamstring's still getting better every day. Robinson Cano ground out the first and strikeout on a sweeping breaking ball last time up.
Cano with 17 RBIs. Great opportunity for him to pick up another one right here.
Ring the bell. Run on 6 hits for the Mariners. 9 runs, 11 hits for Cleveland. Indians have left 4 men on base, 2 for the Mariners. Ripped it foul.
I'm talking about Tomlin and really not a lot of velocity to his game. And you take a look at his whiff rate at 12%. The second lowest overall, the lowest in the American League. So he felt that the Mariners were going to be able to put the ball in play today. They've been able to do that, just haven't been able to score any runs. Just the one solo home run from Cruz so far.
Oh, 1 to Robbie. 1-1. Nelson Cruz on deck. Counter for the Mariners' only run to this point. Leadoff homer in the second. Count here for Robbie, 2-1. You know, Derek Jeter and Mike Hargrove on us. Loves every pitch.
He's not alone.
That's for sure.
There's a slow curveball again.
Yep. 2-2.
Good pitch for him today. He's either been right at the bottom of the strike zone or just below it.
All right. Got a local Superman here. There you go. Remember those days? Don't hit Mom. Come on. Mom can take a punch. It's not good. I shouldn't laugh at that. It's not funny. Two and two to Cano. Missed away. Full count.
It's like Boone Logan getting loose in the pen for the Indians. Tomlin now at 81 pitches.
And something you said, I think the last time the Mariners, last inning hit first and second. His pace can go crawl.
Well, he's been struggling this year.
Robbie pulls it foul. Gamble was on the move. They're having a good time, that's for sure. Three and two. Gamble takes off. And he gets through the hole, picks up a run. Gamble will get all the way to third. So Robbie Cano comes through here. Mariners on the board again. It's 9-2. RBI for Robbie, his 18th, 8th career hit off of Josh Tomlin.
Continue to trade places and really put together a big inning. Take a look at it. Pretty good battle. This one running right off the outside corner. Just protecting. But nobody over there. The shortstop over by second base. Be a base hit and an RBI. Base running by Gamble, head up the whole time. Was thinking about stopping at second, but once it worked its way through, he went on to third. So another good situation for Nelson Cruz. Also with 22 RBIs now with a solo home run earlier. Time that tied him with Albert Pujols for the lead in the American League.
First pitch to Nelly. Ball one. Staying away from Cruz. 2-0. There's Boone Logan. Cano back easily.
I don't think Robbie's going anywhere.
No. Laced into center field. Base hit. RBI. Nelson Cruz. Second RBI today. Big man taking advantage of a 2-0 count.
4 hits in a row. This pitch away from him right on the outside corner. He serves it into center field.
Terry Francona coming out to get us started. We will take a break. See Boone Logan when we come back against Kyle Seager. That should be a heck of a matchup. 9-3 ball game. Jack in the Box. Try the Double Jack combo for just $4.99, only at Jack in the Box. By CenturyLink, connecting you to the power of the digital world. By Money Tree, proud to make a donation to Mariners Care for every Mariners win. And by BNSF Railway, sponsor the BNSF Blast. More scenes, different angles of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame here in Cleveland. Pitching change for the Tribe. Mariners put a couple runs on the board here in the 6th inning at Progressive Field. Dave Sims, Mike Blowers, Root Sports crew here. And trying to crawl back into this game. It's 9-3 Cleveland. Boone Logan takes over.
Good fastball at 93 miles an hour. Also has a slider. This will be his 11th appearance. He's pitched well. A 1.93 ERA, 5 strikeouts and 4 2/3. He's yet to give up a home run.
4 consecutive hits by the Mariners here. Here's Kyle Seager. Seager today ground out to second and a strikeout. Seager 3 for 7 against Logan. And add another to that total. Here comes Cano. He'll come around and score. He'll go to second base is Nelson Cruz. Another base hit for Kyle Seager on this road trip. Picks up an RBI, his 15th. In a 9-4 ball game.
And that's 5 hits in a row here in the 6th inning. Take a look at Kyle. This pitch is going to be right on the outside corner, and he hits it right back up the middle. Kipnis, the second baseman, not able to get it. Kyle will pick up an RBI. Kyle his 15th.
Heredia has been aggressive today. 2-1 pitch in the 2nd inning, single to center. First pitch he saw in the 5th inning, he's doubled down the left field line. Ball 1.
Still nobody out.
Mariners are certainly capable of their own big inning. Second in runs scored entering today. Breaking ball for strike. One to Heredia. Outside. Two-one pitch. Down the line, but foul.
In front of a slider. Pretty good pitch for him to hit too. It was right in the middle of the plate. Just a little quick.
Mariners entering today second only to the Yankees in runs scored. Up the middle. There's another base hit. Nelly will go station to station. They are loaded up. And an opportunity here for Daniel Vogelbach.
They'll call him back.
Yep. Here comes Taylor Motter.
A 3-for-3 afternoon for Heredia. Right back up the middle. Good inside out swing. He was beat on that fastball, fighting to get the barrel to it. And a line drive up the middle. Taylor Motter is going to hit.
Motter with a grand slam on this trip a week ago today at Oakland.
Looks like they will bring in the right-hander Nick Goody.
Another pitching change. Mariners making this interesting in the 6th. Bases loaded, nobody out, down 9-4. Here they've got some runs on the board, 3 in this inning, and have the bases loaded. Kyle Seager Cap Day coming up Sunday, May 7. Mariners take on the Rangers, and it's a cool lid. Kids are going to want to have this one. All kids 14 and under. It's all part of Aquafina Little League Day at the ballpark. So go to Mariners.com for your tickets.
Nick Goody going to take over. This will be his 5th appearance. He's yet to give up an earned run. 5 and a 30, has 6 strikeouts, a couple of walks. Opponents hitting just 118. He has not given up a home run, obviously. Fastball at 92 miles an hour. Also has a slider to go with it, a sinker slider combination. And Taylor Motter is going to pinch hit for Daniel Vogelback.
Vogelback bounced into a double play and walk today. Motter's been really good on pitches middle in. We've been talking about that all along. Let's see how he adjusted the league, adjusting to him.
See, on that first pitch, Perez was set up away.
Bases loaded. Cruz at third, Seager at second, Heredia at first. Good rip at it, fouled it back.
Good fastball in the middle of the plate, probably at the top of the strike zone at 90 miles an hour.
All this happening with no outs. 6 consecutive hits by the Mariners. There's a 1-1 to Motter. At the top. Ooh, a fan right above Rick Riz and Gary Hill. Level above them. Had it in his hands and dropped it. Could have been a contender. Big spot here. Bases loaded, nobody out. 2-2.
Able to lay off the slider. First slider that he's seen, it was 85 miles an hour off the outside corner. Straight up in the outfield and the infield. Taylor this year, for the most part, has pulled the ball.
Bases loaded, 2-2 pitch. 1 away.
Right back with the slider. This one looked like it started in the strike zone and just missed the outside corner, maybe borderline down.
One away brings up Carlos Ruiz. 1 for 2. Single to center and line out to right. Three on the board, looking for more here. Ball 1, Carlos. Nick Goody ready. Pitch to Ruiz. Speed pitch for a strike. 1-1. Goody originally drafted by the Yankees, 22nd round in 2011. And drafted by them again in 2012 in the 6th round. Drafted out of LSU. Back with another strike.
Able to get back in the count. Back-to-back breaking balls. That last one, it was off the plate. Able to get the call.
Goody, much traveled collegiate. Florida College, LSU, State College of Florida, and Manatee, Sarasota. That location, and Carlos fouls one off. Keeps the bat alive.
3 sliders in a row. Pretty good job fouling that last pitch off. It was close. What the Mariners have done today with runners in scoring position. 5 for 8.
Nick Goody, this is 39th game in the big leagues. 1-2 with the bases loaded, 1 out. Two and two. Terrific opportunity the Mariners have built for themselves. 3 runs in, bases loaded, 2-2 to Chooch. Yeah, line drive, and there's a double play. They do get 3 on the board, making it a 9-4 ball game. Tough break for Kyle. Double play ends the Mariner inning. Tough break there, but they had a great inning. 3 runs on 6 hits. They do leave 2. They're back in this game 9-4. Here's Dylan Overton. He's looked good here. Overton with 6 up, 6 down. He's got Lindor, Brantley, and Edwin Encarnacion. Lindor's done plenty of damage here today. Home run in the first, 2-run double in the third. Here comes Heredia. One away.
You see that Motter stayed in the game at first base after pinch hitting for Vogelback.
Brings up Michael Brantley, 2-run homer. Towering fly ball, right field. Got a base hit to right field, so he went 2 for 2 in the third inning alone. Lined out to right in the first.
So far, Dylan Overton, 21 pitches, 14 strikes. He's retired all 7 batters that he's faced. This will be his 3rd inning of work. And his best pitch is his changeup, fastball right around 90.
Team we'll see a month from now, the Colorado Rockies. 2 there, 2 at our place. Home and home. just activated Ian Desmond and designated Christian Adames. Brantley's gone. Very effective pitching here today by Dylan Overton.
I can't remember who had the picture, speaking of Colorado, but they showed that it was, I believe, 29 degrees covered in snow in Colorado. Now the Rockies were in Arizona where it was 79 degrees, so a 50-degree difference. And they were happy to be in Arizona, I'm sure. It was yesterday.
Here's Encarnacion. Struck out. He's walked, struck out, looking and swinging. That last time up, he looked desperate. He wanted to contribute to that big inning. Casey Fiend threw him a bunch of off-speed stuff.
You're right about that, because on the third strike, he just seemed to just wave at it, turn around and walk back.
And it's been a struggle for me. You know, he's a big contributor, RBI leader in the American League last year.
Well, one thing you know is he's going to get hot. Hopefully that'll be after the Mariners get out of town. Been able to handle the sun that time.
Yeah. Tell you what, 9 up, 9 down for Dylan Overton, keeping the Mariners in this thing at 9-4. Series and road trip finale for the Mariners, one of the beautiful churches here in downtown Cleveland. Take a look at the Mariners calendar, brought to you by Mattress Firm. Get your tickets now. Angels coming to town, followed by the Texas Rangers. The Mariners head off on the road, short trip back east again. 2 in Philly, 4 in Toronto. Weather's going to be good coming up mid next week, and hearing good things about the weather next weekend. So come out and watch this battling Mariners ball club. Right now, let's see if they can keep pecking away here. We're in the 7th inning. Boog Powell's going to lead things off against Nick Goody.
Let's see if Boog Powell can get his first major league hit.
First start today. Bounced into a double play and rounded out to the first baseman. Nick Goody, third pitcher today, used by Terry Francona. Let's
see if Boog can get a fastball.
Third batter for Nick Goody, struck out Motter. Bases loaded, and then Ruiz lined out to shortstop, and they doubled off Seager to end the inning in the 6th. 2-0.
side corner. Brian Shaw getting loose in the pen for Cleveland.
Two 1 pitch. Takes a strike.
That looked like it was down. Yep, and it was. There's Brian Shaw.
Good bullpen. Very good bullpen here at Cleveland. 2-2 pitch. Moved to be followed by Gene Segura and Ben Gamble. 9 runs, 11 hits for the Tribe. 4 runs, 10 hits by the Mariners. Full count. Hot dog wrappers blowing around here. Luke Powell just called up. First start here today. Coming into this season as a minor leaguer, Boog was a .301 career hitter. Stole a lot of bases, 63. Got a 3-2 pitch here.
See him shaking his head a little bit. Fastball probably right at the top of the strike zone, maybe a little bit high for him, but a late swing.
3-2. Second baseman Kipnis. Wynn backs him up. One out. Get to Gene Segura. Doubled down the left field line last time up. Broken 0 for 9 with that double. The 6th of the season. Indians got a run in the first, home run by Lindor. Cruz matched it in the second, then in the third. Well, Reds came apart. 8-run inning, 11 men to the plate. Mariners battle back, 3 runs in the 6th. They send 8 men to the plate. Left 2 on. Scoring 3 times. That's how we get here at 9-4. One to Segura. Santana right there, right before he gets on a warning track. 2 outs.
I'll bring up Ben Gamble. Ben 1 for 3, scored a run, got a base hit his last time up. Base hit into right center field. As he steps in, batting average at .278.
5 for 18 here on the road trip. Strike 1 to Ben. Two home stands for the Mariners in the month of May after next week's Angels Rangers. Middle of the month, 3 with Oakland, 4 with the White Sox. 2 East Coast trips, Philly, Toronto, Washington, and Boston. Followed by a home and home with Colorado. 1-1. Chase DeYoung started for the Mariners, 2 2/3, 9 hits, 6-run ball, all earned, 2 walks and a strikeout. His big league start. This would have been Felix's spot in the rotation, but as you know, he's out. Bursitis in his shoulder. DL is going to be back most likely late May, early June. 1-2 pitch to Gamble. Fouled off.
A good battle again from Ben Gamble. I think it's one of the things that you and I talk about all the time, Dave, and it's apparent this year. You can see it right in front of you. I think a couple of really good examples as Heredia and Gamble, two kids that were up last year. They look so much more calm this year. They seem under control of what they're trying to do. That experience makes a big difference.
Yes, it did. Gamble trying to get aboard here. Probably Cano, Cruz, and Seager. Love to get another shot here with some men aboard.
Even at bats like this, he may make an out, but at least he's working his way through the AB and he's fighting his way through it, staying with his plan, making the pitcher use some pitches.
1-2 strikes. Ooh. Wow. That'll do it for the Mariners in the 7th. 9-4 Indians. Nice day here in Cleveland. 82 degrees as we speak, and these fans enjoying this Sunday at the ballpark. Tribe with a big lead, and right now let's get a preview of what's coming up on the Mariners' next schedule. Here's Angie Mentink and Dave Valley. All right, Angie, thank you very much. Dylan Overton has acquitted himself beautifully today. 9 up, 9 down in his relief stint. Chase DeYoung started 2 2/3. Casey Fiend, he went a third of an inning and gave up 2 hits and 3 runs. Overton struck out 2, retiring everybody's face to this point.
He's had good command of the strike zone with his fastball, and his changeup is really working well for him today.
He's got Jose Ramirez, Jason Kipnis, and Lonnie Chisenhall, 5, 6, and 7. Towards the line, Upal. He's got room, measuring himself out there. 1 out. I'll bring up Jason Kipnis. Big part of that 3rd inning for the Tribe. They scored 8 runs on 6 hits, 11 men to the plate. And he had an RBI single, stole a base, and scored. Fast Motter. Kipnis will hold at first.
Then we'll take a look at it. Ball's hit firm on the second hop. He's trying to backhand it, giving a little bit of ground. Another look right under his glove. Tell if the ball stayed down on him. It looked like that second hop would have been a little bit higher than that. That'll be an error on Taylor.
First base runner with Overton on the mound. Chisenhall, the batter. Mariners 8th inning, 3-4-5 will be coming up. Cano, Cruz, and Seager. 9-4 Indians. Shift is on. Segura and Cano right side of the infield. And he goes the other way. Lonnie Chisenhall with his first hit of the afternoon, and a sac fly back in the 3rd. Runners your 1st and 2nd with 1 out. Gonna bring up Almonte and Abraham today. 2 for 3. An RBI triple, hit it high up in the sun here. 21,824 on hand here at Progressive Field.
36 pitches for Overton. Nobody getting loose in the pen for the Mariners. 36 pitches, 23 strikes.
That's a base hit. Short right field. Coming around is Kipnis. He'll score. Digging for 3rd and getting there safely is Chisenhall. 10-4 ball game.
Tough break for Dillon. He started him off with a changeup. It looked like it was the bottom of the strike zone. He hits it right off the end of the bat.
2 RBI day for Almonte, gives him 6 on the season.
The Indians are 6 for 9 with runners in scoring position this afternoon. They were hitting .202 as a team at the start of the game.
Perez, the hitter, catcher, 2 hits, 2 for 3, RBI, and a run scored. Strike 1 to Roberto. 2-1.
Only missing with the changeup, just down out of the strike zone. Typically trying to go to the changeup here. He wants a ground ball. Double play and get out of the inning.
3 balls, 1 strike.
Back-to-back changeups. Didn't miss by much, just off the outside corner.
Pitch gapped. Brother. Chisenhall scores. Almonte flying. He's going to score. Cutoff man missed. 2-run double. Roberto Perez 12-4. My goodness. 3 RBI day for Perez.
Number 9 hitter. He gets a fastball out over the plate. 89 miles an hour. It's a hitter's count 3-1. Takes advantage of it. That is his 3rd hit of the afternoon, hitting 9th in the order. Dave mentioned 3 RBIs. Also scored a run.
Boy, 9 up, 9 down. Then the error. Should have been out number 2. Base hit, RBI single, 2-run double.
Tony Zick starting to get loose in the pen.
Top of the order. Here's Santana. 1 out, man at second. With a strike, 1-1. Three RBI day for Lindor, 3 for Perez. Santana's got a hit and a run scored today.
A couple of good fastballs. Right back, both of them painted on the outside corner. 90 miles an hour.
Got a piece of it to keep the AB alive.
Smart pitch, though. Couple of fastballs away, and he comes back inside with the fastball. Santana aware of the changeup. Barely getting a piece of it.
Lifted to right field. Gamble makes the play. 2 outs. And that'll bring up the aforementioned Francisco Lindor. Homered in the 1st. Round out the 1st and the 2nd. In the 3rd inning, a 2-run double. Last time up, led off the 6th, flied out the center. Break 1.
Overton has done a good job today of throwing his changeup early for a strike, and then after he gets ahead, if he wants to throw it again, throw it down out of the strike zone. He's had pretty good command of that pitch. right-handed hitters, his fastball away seems to be more comfortable doing that, running it out off the outside corner.
Bottom part of the lineup, spot 6 through 9 in the batting order. They counted 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 runs. Segura plants and a good strong throw. And that will retire the Indians as they get 3 more runs on 3 hits, an error, and leave them in 12-4 Cleveland. (12-4) lead as we go to the top of the 8th. MLB TV Premium. It's back and better than ever. Watch every out-of-market regular season game live on over 400 supported devices. Plus, you get a free subscription to @Bat Premium, the #1 app for live baseball. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB TV for details. Couple of changes. One of them the pitcher.
Brian Jacques going to take over. This will be his 12th appearance. 1-0 record, a 3.60 ERA. 10 innings of work, 7 strikeouts, 4 walks. Opponents hitting .275. He has yet to give up a home run. Cutter slider combination. Cutter at 94 miles an hour. Slider at 83.
Michael Martinez takes over at shortstop. And Brandon Geyer takes over for Brantley in left field. Lindor gets the rest of the day off. Check with Jerry Mills, said he didn't go.
Cano 1 for 3. That's an RBI and scored a run.
Cano, Cruz, and Seager, heart of the order. Martinez, ball finds him immediately. And there's one away.
Nelson Cruz has had a good day. 2 for 3, a home run, a couple of RBIs. Also scored a run. Take a look at the home run.
So strong, got it off the end of the bat. 388. Enough to keep the hitting streak going. It's up to 10. 2 for 3 today. Cruz 0 for 6 against Brian Shaw. 1-0 pitch. Two 2-0 to Cruz. Make it 3-0.
Shaw, right-handers, hitting .241 against him. Throws across his body again. His cut fastball running away from him at 94.
And a walk to Cruz. 4 pitches. Brings up Kyle Seager. He's 1 for 4 against Shaw. Take Cruz out. Gerard Dyson will run for him. Eighth inning, 1 out, 1 on, 12 for Cleveland.
Shaw struggling with the strike zone. 8 pitches, just 1 strike so far. Zach McAllister getting loose in the pen for the Indians.
Kipnis. And they turned the double play. That was Ramirez, the middleman. So a 4-5-3 double play, 12-4 Tribe. Away in town. Good to see them. Good to have them here at the ballpark. Been a tough day for the Mariners. On the short end here. 12-4 as we go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Dave Sims, Mike Flowers, Root Sports crew. Brendan Geyer took over in left field for Michael Brantley, leads off.
This will be the 5th inning of work for Dylan Overton.
Danny Valencia takes over at first for the Mariners. Motter moves to second. Wave foul.
Mike Zunino is the only one left on the bench.
2-2. Coming on, Powell can't get it. So a single for Geyer, his 5th hit in the early season. He's now 5 for 34. There's Encarnacion 0 for 3 with a walk. Should be 2. Segura to Mater over to first, and there's your double play. First double play turned by the Mariners today. The Indians have 4.
Nice job by Dylan Overton today. He finishes this inning, will be 5 innings of work, a couple of earned runs for him.
Ramirez is the hitter, looks at a strike. Base hit and a run scored here today. So 0-2. One to Ramirez. A name you want to remember. He can play second, he can play third, he can hit, a switch hitter. Good looking young player. Segura can hop for him. Throws out. Ramirez double play, big part of that 8th. Last stops here for the Mariners. Already up, Mater and Ruiz coming up. All right. Thank you, Angie. Thank you, Dave. Zach McAllister takes over. First pitch strike to Guillermo Heredia. A 3-hit day for him. Single to center, double down the left field line, and another single to center.
He continues to play well. Has his batting average up to .333 now.
Center field, long run, backing up is Chisenhall. Look at it! Wow, what a catch! Good grief! What a catch! Stayed with it.
If he doesn't make the catch, that's an easy triple, maybe a home run. Heredia was running hard, but good concentration. And his late perfect. See, Heredia always running hard. Not happy about it. Don't blame him. Gave it a pretty good ride on a breaking ball.
Showed some pop.
Zach McAllister. Fastball at 94. It's in a curveball and a cutter.
Taylor Motter came on as a pinch hitter in the 6th. Cade with the bases loaded. Breaking ball away. 0-2 hole here. McAllister, big man, at 6'6", 240 out of Peoria, Illinois. Inside to Motter.
That will wake you up. 96 miles an hour.
Sure
an
will.
0-2 count. This is his 7th appearance. A 2.35 ERA. 8 strikeouts, 3 walks, and 7 2/3. Opponent's hitting just 154 against him.
Career mark of 26 and 31. 7 years in the big leagues at 4.06 ERA. Motter swings through, 2 down. Used to be a starter. Started 22 games in 2012, 24 the next year, 15 the year after that. Since then, principally out of the bullpen.
Carlos Ruiz gave the lineup today. He is 1 for 3. Got a base hit back in the 3rd inning. See if he can find his way to first base. Base hit, get a walk. Boog Powell waiting on deck. Let's see Boog. Chance to pick up a base hit today. His first start in the big leagues. 0 for 3 for Boog.
Fly ball left field. This game's over. 12-4 final.
3rd inning was a tough one. Mariners in the 3rd inning. Ended up giving up 7 runs. They fell behind. Chase DeYoung getting his first major league start. That's the inning that hurt him the most, but I'm sure he'll learn from it. Long flight home for the Mariners. Get tomorrow off and start the homestand on Tuesday.
Finish this road trip 4-6 as the Tribe wins back-to-back series on this short homestand against Houston and against the Mariners. We'll enjoy a day off tomorrow. Talk to you on Tuesday. Right now, Mariners postgame presented by Alaska Airlines starts right now with Angie Mentek and Dave Valley.